Hello, beautiful being. I just wanted to tune in for a moment and share a little bit of esoteric occult wisdom with all of those beings who feel called to watch this video. Thank you from the bottom of the One Sacred Sun Heart for pressing play. I felt like dropping in about the fifth dimension and really sharing a little bit of insight and information as to what it is we are actually ushering in when we talk about the fifth dimension. Because there is a lot of glamour and illusions regarding what the fifth dimension actually means. And it's important for our evolutionary path at this time that we are continuously on our quest for the truth and not an illusion or glamour, which both distract us from the pathless path of enlightenment and evolution. The basis of this information is found in occult and esoteric studies, something that I've been studying and reading about for a couple of years. And to be fair, only recently, after journeying to Egypt and going through this initiation of the soul, can I honestly say that I am able to receive the books that I've been reading with an actual inner awareness and understanding, to the point of being able to now share on this in a way that allows for it to be a little bit simple to understand, because I find that it's imperative for us to be able to take the esoteric and the spiritual and bring it into language and words that humanity is able to grasp and understand and apply. So the fifth dimension, you might have heard about this, you might have seen me speak about this before. What is commonly referred to as an alternative timeline, some place that we're going to ascend out of our body and reach or find. All of these are pieces of the glamour and illusion. The fifth dimension in esoteric and occult study is the fifth kingdom. And we are here, evolutionarily speaking, in form right now to awaken the fifth kingdom. What are the kingdoms? The kingdoms are the sections of life that exist on this planet. So the first kingdom, we have the mineral, the elemental kingdom. The second kingdom, we have the plants and the vegetables and the fruits. The third kingdom, we have the animal kingdom. The fourth kingdom, we have the human, lower self kingdom. And the fifth kingdom that we are here to anchor in, and that we so eloquently call the fifth dimension, is the spiritual human kingdom. It's incredibly imperative for us to understand this, because the evolutionary journey that we are on is halted when we think that it is something that we are ascending to, instead of something that we are anchoring in here and now. What happens is there is a cosmic plan, an evolutionary journey that the solar system and the universe and every emanation of the universe in physical form, human being or animal or plant, is on. There are times when the energy is created so greatly in a kingdom that it draws on the attention of the solar angels or solar lords that are emanations of the soul. and spend a great deal of their existence in deeper spaces of meditation, samadhi, connecting to the infinite wisdom. And there are times when a collective of a kingdom are at a turning point in their evolution, and they call on the solar angels, the soul, to direct energy towards the physical, material plane, as the soul exists on a different plane, to assist in the evolutionary plan. So there was a time when the animal man kingdom, the third kingdom, collectively came together with a collective intention to expand, to create the human, lower man, lower self kingdom. And the solar lords then directed their attention towards the physical and sent in a cosmic dose, essentially, of soul energy to create the human. And human was created with the lower self and the higher self. The higher self, the spiritual soul nature, and the lower self, the ego personified human. The fourth dimension, the fourth kingdom of the human, is really predominantly around the personality, the individual. And this is a beautiful piece of our evolutionary journey. That said, we are evolving beyond the individual, human self, lower self. And the time has come for us to evolve into our spiritual human or solar self, connecting with the triad or the monad, the triad meaning Father, Son, Holy Spirit, the divine, to birth through a new human that is connected to the soul, that is soul embodied, as opposed to ego embodied, personality embodied, individual focused. With all that being said, the fifth dimension is the fifth kingdom of esoteric and occult study, and it is the spiritual human. It is the soul embodied human. And yes, this being, this human, has supernatural capacities, very heightened intuition, telepathy, ability to transmute time and space, healing capacities, all of these amazing supernatural, meaning a part of nature, abilities that are awakened when the higher aspect of man is awakened, integrated, and brought down into the body. When the solar energy pierces down through the body. And the lower self fire, Kundalini, is able to rise up and merge. This is the evolutionary journey that we are currently on. And it's important to have that awareness so that we are consciously choosing to be devoted to the soul, to the higher evolutionary plan for humanity, which is key. Because when we continuously focus on the individual self and what it could gain from these heightened spiritual experiences, we are not evolving the whole collective forward. This journey into the fifth kingdom, or the fifth dimension, is not an easy journey. It is not a challenging or hard journey either. It just is a journey. And there are going to be challenges that might come up as being hard or difficult. There might be moments that the personality appears to be easy. It's important to just remember that it is not about the individual human and what the individual human can gain from awakening spiritually. It's about how can we evolve the human race forward for the betterment of all. This is the being that has evolved into the fifth dimension or the fifth kingdom. One who is devoted to the whole, to evolution, to the soul. And this devotion through time and space will allow for the soul to come down and to embody the physical form. The physical human essentially is a shadow, a reflection of the soul. The soul operates on a different plane and spends a vast majority, if not all the time, in deep states of meditation. Therefore, the spiritual man, one who is seeking and is choosing to strive for evolution, spends time in meditation deep, so that the human mind might pierce and connect to the soul, so that the middle fire, that is the mind, can bridge the lower fire of Kundalini and the upper fire of the triad of the soul. What does this all mean, and why is this important? This is important because we are currently in the midst of this evolutionary journey that some are privy to, others are not quite yet. That said, humanity as a whole is evolving. And that evolutionary journey requires us to turn deep within to process our karma, our fear, the lower parts of the human experience, the ego, the personality, the small self, to become a neutral or negative energetic platform, so that the soul, which is the positive polarity, may come into the body. It requires a total emptying, which Kundalini, the lower fire of man, so divinely facilitates when one chooses to truly be devoted to the soul, to love, to God, and only God. Now, if you've had any experiences with Kundalini energy in the past, maybe in a different lifetime, maybe in this life, then you have an awareness that Kundalini energy is an intense, divine teacher that moves through and clears and transmutes and burns away through the alchemical fire all that is not serving the highest, and all that is blocking the soul to fully embody the physical form, to awaken the fifth kingdom. What we are calling heaven on earth, where the spiritual human walks as God on earth. Showing up to this moment in time, this evolutionary journey that if you are in a human body right now, you have signed up for, is imperative. Because we must collectively combine our consciousness and energy to create space for more solar energy to be directed towards the physical plane. That requires humanity to meditate collectively, together, and to be together focused on the evolutionary path, so that we may usher in the fifth dimension, the fifth kingdom, the spiritual man, heaven on earth, soul embodiment. We are the way showers, the trailblazers, and the pathfinders for what it means, looks like, what the experience is of being soul embodied. It is not a me, mine experience. It is a we, our experience. There are those of us that are actively, diligently devoted to showing up, to practice, and to continuously connect to the soul. So that we may support humanity through the evolutionary journey that we are currently on together. There is a hope and intention in this, that the heart may know peace and love, and a spark may be ignited within the heart to pursue this pathless path of evolution, to pursue a connection to the soul, and to create space in the human form, in the physical, for the soul to come into the body and to begin living as the spiritual human. I hope that there is a part of you that understands, and I know that to be the truth. If there are questions, please leave them in the comments, or you might reach out through lovesmission.com. And if ever you feel called to be supported in solar embodiment, Please seek out the ones who are trailblazing this pathless path. For we are here to serve you. May light and love and truth restore the plan for Earth. I am love, and you may find love at lovesmission.com. Blessings.